In early Islam, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal was a well-known scholar, highly respected for his vast knowledge of Islam and even more admired for his humility. He lived in Baghdad. Though he was one of the most famous figures in the Muslim world that time, Imam Ahmad often traveled to different cities, seeking knowledge, teaching, and spreading the message of Islam. One day, during his travels, Imam Ahmad went to Syria and arrived at a masjid, hoping to spend the night there. When he entered, the caretaker of the masjid at the door told him to leave, saying the masjid was closing and there was no place for him. Imam Ahmad, with nowhere else to go, explained that he had no place to stay. But the caretaker insisted and was acting rude. "Get out! The masjid is closing!" Imam Ahmad, feeling helpless, picked up his belongings and tried to stay outside of the masjid. However, the man came back and said, "You can't even sleep here. Move away." Imam Ahmad, still unsure where to go, replied, "I don't know where to go." The caretaker was so rude, not knowing who Imam Ahmad was, turned him away, saying the masjid was closing and there was no place for him. Imam Ahmad felt hopeless. Not knowing where to go, walked through the streets, unsure of what to do. Just then, he saw a small bakery across the street. The kind baker, noticing his situation, invited him to stay the night in his bakery. "You're welcome to stay here as I work during the night," the baker said, offering him a place to rest. Imam Ahmad, grateful for the kindness, accepted. As the night went on, Imam Ahmad observed the baker as he was busy preparing his bread for the next day. The baker was constantly making istighfar and seeking forgiveness, quietly remembering Allah with every movement, saying a lot of istighfar and praising Allah. Imam Ahmad was amazed and got so curious and admired the way he was so dedicated and focused on seeking forgiveness and remembering Allah in everything he did. He asked the baker, "How long have you been doing this?" The baker replied, "This is my way of life. I always keep my heart and tongue busy with remembering Allah." Imam Ahmad asked, "Subhanallah, what did you achieve from this, that you are constantly doing this?" The baker smiled and responded, "Wallahi, every single dua I've made, because of my constant istighfar, has been answered, except for one." Imam Ahmad, amazed, and asked, "What is that one dua that Allah hasn't answered yet?" The baker replied, "There is a great scholar in Baghdad named Imam Ahmad, and I have been asking Allah for a long time to grant me the privilege of meeting the famous scholar, Imam Ahmad." Upon hearing this, Imam Ahmad, deeply moved, said, "Wallahi, not only has Allah answered your dua, but He has brought me right to your doorstep." Your dua is accepted, brother. Imam Ahmad was touched by the baker's sincerity and humility, realizing that true closeness to Allah comes from sincerity, repentance, and humility, not fame or wealth. The baker's kindness reminded him of the power of heartfelt istighfar and Allah's mercy.